So Abraham got $30,000 and Striker also got $30,000.
30, that happened. Because, sir, you know, sometimes I try to think about it, and you know who I want to hear. From nowhere, Abrahamata and Striker were put in the same movie. Omu play role. You could see them almost always together. Bribe, then Bakwatimia Peja could do that level. Then the other one becomes a story on its own, different story on its own. What happened?
See, Abekaya in 2015 and a Beast of No Nation, some movie no, Ebeji Hini Ghana Hapama. Oh, the Padona ko pay share or much as a movie no, it was a very good movie. Now I'm cramming you know a castillo e Ghana for me, you know, Abrahamata, o play a gu and a striker. No so movie no movie. Na sanko for me no way after movie no ye hu say back on the level kosra Abrahamata ko pie mo US a Spider-Man movie part 4 no kwa no a part of the cast no. Na mo be striker so striker e da so street ni so e ne ma amfasa emu hokra no gunshot a wokuma wood e ko fa striker de ne ba kuma se e be tete no de ne be kan like team no senka obetimi and make something good out of his life. Nanka a film kakana wanyam wetimi didi ho kakra na so ba no striker starts owia a gunshot dokofa ne fi akra ba kuma se no esika ne man kakra nti gunshot side striker e ko akra je so de na ko street ne so biem na fa obrebusa say na striker ade a movie Beast of No Nation no mu oyiye no we anya sika bia en film ko se hweba bi Abrahamata duru a otimi ko school eto aso kra wo US ene striker on the so street ne so a ene say na ene and a casting director or double up as their manager time on me Beast of No Nation no why interview been and some of our can and I shocking and send me be you interview nearby you better answer me so
I mean when you met Striker no not or that street from the beginning
Sabra no the best
the actual age no so na yenim but again infant between roughly 12 and 14 yes.
And he was on the street.
On the street.
At that age.
He lived on the street. And according to me, he has always lived on the street.
Okay.
And see, Yababe film, no, when we saw him, and I say, I mean, you can't just take a child.
Where did you meet him?
I'm say, in Crime for Baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because sometimes they go to the beach a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And see, you see, I mean, we can't use you without any parental consent. I mean, it's illegal.
Yeah.
And see, your money did the Kofi. And apparently he's from a royal family. Yes.
Striker.
Your friend in need BBB, but he's from a royal family.
Oh, okay.
Inti your Kofi ho and your Kobo family na money.
Exactly. Like the mother, the father, the uncles.
No, I think he's an orphan.
Okay.
But you share ne uncles, ne grandmother, you know those people. Inti and then and I catch him so say ni pe say any boy any ye they never call go for for some time I go shoot to film. I'm saying no problem.
Okay.
And if I'm not wrong, one of his uncles signed off on it because there was a contract.
Somebody should sign, definitely.
Yes. And he was signing here. And that was the first step for us to be able to work with him. And after that we went. There was no calls from the family, nothing.
Okay.
And when we finish the film, by the time we were not when we fine, and when we finish again, we return him to the family. And I catch him say, now your person fanunko school. He said no problem. Fanunko. And again, it was a year or two, nothing from the family. Nothing.
But he was in school.
He was in school.
Okay.
But school no so because onya kra wa ko school da. Enti o de no ko school na odwane. And
odwane okohin.
No oye share horses.
Okay.
Yeah, me find say first some more year maybe children's park among the horses in the banner. Yeah, or yeah into to lead the horses then at the end then they will pay him.
Okay.
Inti I think he fell in love with horses. Inti yakwa ibisan say what does he also on the enter horse man. So out of nisika no nya no because in the contract each of them after the film so the contract was that say film you not say the film makes profit Abraham will get 1% and Striker will also get 1% from profit.
Okay. That's huge.
Yes, so Abraham got $30,000 and Striker also got $30,000.
$30,000.
Yeah, I mean those days.
Those days. Yes. Man.
Prince. but still make yourself.
And also, destiny. It comes back to destiny. $30,000.
Yeah. So Abraham had his because Ejana or Ebusia.
Okay.
He had a family, so it was given to his family. But again, I overlooked it.
Yeah.
He has supervised to make sure say it will take exactly because it's like I say at that time. And they knew to them. So one managing a year, I mean Yamabese. And the same thing for striker. And because now we main fan say like there was no one to entrust that amount of money. It was withheld. Until there was
but why didn't you guys give it to the family?
We didn't, like, the story. There was no good relationship.
Okay.
Until me family bushana yakurani sika.
Okay.
Until the agreement was that it will be put in an account for him, which he signed to.
Okay.
So the account ewoho and OD 18 it will be handed over to him, which is the right thing to do at his age, and he agreed to it. Until there was a gentleman called Kofi, who also worked on the film. Until school not something with Johnny, then we can't come public. Until then we'll find him. Sometimes we no on baby and office until one no know about. I'm sorry now, sir. And again, like me said, I make a shepherd. Until like we tried, and not once now with Johnny. Until yes, I know. You can't say, is it then I will need it? Until sometimes he say he needs money. Okay, then Oni Kofi agrees. Say, okay, we will give you money every month.
Okay.
Until every month, if I'm not wrong, maybe I might be wrong with that information, but I mean, say your money is car. Until on any bank with him, then they go to the bank, withdraw them and know their money.
How they then?
I mean, maybe or
at that age,
or the better nyama na so one down for sometimes he say he need a phone.
Wow.
But he was in a boarding school, he didn't need anything. Nothing, because his Bibia was footed.
School no year.
There be. Until that was the story. Until I feel Johnny, there was one time with Johnny Hona Caleb Huno.
Okay.
And Caleb knows me. I didn't make kaya me because Caleb knew me. Until Caleb and framing. Until the next time, the next thing we saw say the guy was on GH1 granting an interview. Say Nisika B na den. So
about out somewhere in Nisika.
Yes, about out. Until I rushed to GH1 and I'm busy Caleb, but you know me, why wouldn't you call me? I mean, like what news do you want?
It is kind of more any.
Until Meko and I explained there was GH1 or more me in Pennyphobia, so I went into details. And there were media people outside ready to interview, and then they said based on what we've discussed, and ask him what I'm saying is if it's wrong, tell them. Okay. I know Sinamekani request. So they realized that it was a false alarm. And then we took him away, and then now it started coming out, said Nisika. Well, and then at that point, it went to, I think Miss G was involved. It went to the police station, and then immediately this kind of man, family, because the money was in the bank.
Okay.
Until Kofi went ahead to withdraw all the money and give it to the family, because
after
by then
all the controversies now. I do 18.
No, he did 18.
Okay, so okay, the contract.
Exactly. The money was given to him and the family at the police station, and for me that was dangerous because this is a family he barely knows, or he stayed with them until the rest is history.
So how is your relationship with him now? I
think the last time I met him on the street, we spoke. Said, how are you? Or so, I mean, we are fine, but I don't mean any problem. But
who knows street and how is his condition?
I think me now I call like Kuma Undaba.
Okay.
Inti now Jinamuka crab, but I mean, he could have been better.